Ever felt like your partner is emotionally detached? It's a feeling that can leave you confused, hurt, and questioning the bond you share. Emotional detachment isn't just about someone being distant. It's a deeper issue, one that can eat away at the very foundation of a relationship. Emotionally, we humans are wired for connection. It's how we build trust, cultivate intimacy, and create a sense of security in our relationships. But what happens when that connection starts to fade? When the person you love seems to pull away, not just physically but emotionally? Emotional detachment can be subtle, often masked by the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But its effects can be devastating, leading to feelings of loneliness, rejection, and even despair. It's important to recognize these signs, to understand what's happening, and to take steps towards healing. So, are you ready to uncover the truth about your relationship? Stay tuned as we delve into the signs of emotional detachment in your partner. Sign number 1, lack of empathy. Now, let's delve into this concept a bit. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's like a bridge that connects two hearts, allowing emotions to flow freely between them. When you're empathetic, you can feel your partner's joy, sadness, excitement, or worry as if it were your own. It's a vital ingredient for emotional connection and intimacy. When empathy is missing in a relationship, that bridge can crumble. Imagine sharing your day, your worries, or your dreams with your partner, only to be met with indifference or dismissiveness. It feels like shouting into a void, doesn't it? A lack of empathy creates a distance that's hard to bridge, turning a relationship into a lonely experience. And remember, empathy is not just about understanding, it's about expressing that understanding too. So, if your partner consistently shows a lack of empathy, it might be a sign of emotional detachment. Sign number 2, avoidance of emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy is the lifeblood of a relationship, the force that binds two people together beyond simple attraction. It's the sharing of fears, dreams, and hopes, the opening up of one's inner world to another, creating a space of trust and understanding. However, when a partner consistently avoids emotional intimacy, it can signal emotional detachment. They may shy away from deep conversations, deflect when asked about feelings, or always keep a safe distance from any emotionally charged topics. This avoidance isn't about being reserved or introverted. It's a persistent pattern that blocks the natural flow of emotional connection between partners. It's like trying to thrive in a garden deprived of sunlight. Without emotional intimacy, a relationship can't truly flourish. It stays on the surface, never diving into the depths where real connection happens. Avoidance of emotional intimacy is a clear sign of emotional detachment. Sign number 3, not sharing feelings. In the grand tapestry of human connection, sharing feelings is not just a thread, but the very fabric that binds us together. It's the language of the heart, conveying our joys, sorrows, fears, and dreams. When a partner keeps their feelings tucked away, it can feel like they've built a wall around their heart, preventing you from truly knowing them. A partner who doesn't share their feelings may come across as aloof or distant. You might find yourself constantly guessing what they're thinking or feeling. This lack of emotional transparency can create a chasm in your relationship, leaving you feeling disconnected and alone. In a healthy relationship, feelings are shared openly and honestly. They're not hidden away like secret treasures, but rather they're offered as gifts of trust. When these gifts are withheld, it can be a major sign of emotional detachment. Withholding feelings is another major sign of emotional detachment. Sign number 4, indifference towards partner's feelings. Now, caring for your partner's feelings is a fundamental aspect of any healthy relationship. It's a glue that holds two hearts together, a bond that strengthens the unity between partners. When that care and concern fade, when your feelings, your joys, your worries seem to fall on deaf ears, it's a clear sign that something's amiss. Indifference towards your partner's feelings is like a cold wind blowing through the warm heart of a relationship. It's a chilling sign that emotional detachment might be creeping in. The smiles and laughter, the tears and frustrations, the highs and lows of your life should mean something to your partner. If they don't, if your feelings are met with apathy or disregard, then we're talking about a serious issue here. Remember, love thrives on empathy, on shared emotions, on mutual concern. Indifference towards your feelings is a strong sign of emotional detachment. Sign number 5, prioritizing self over relationship. Healthy relationships maintain a delicate balance between the needs of the individual and the needs of the relationship as a whole. We all need personal space and time for self-care, but when a partner consistently puts their own needs, interests, and wants before the collective needs of the relationship, it can indicate a problem. This self-prioritization can manifest in various ways. Perhaps they constantly make plans without considering you, or they make important decisions without discussing them with you. Maybe they're always too busy for quality time, or they're unwilling to compromise when conflict arises. This behavior doesn't necessarily mean they're selfish or uncaring, but it could be a red flag of emotional detachment. It suggests that they're not fully invested in the relationship, or they might be struggling to connect emotionally. In the end, relationships are about partnership and mutual respect, so prioritizing self over relationship is an undeniable sign of emotional detachment. Now that we've discussed the signs, let's summarize. The first sign we explored was a lack of empathy. If your partner consistently fails to show understanding or sensitivity towards your feelings, it's a red flag. Empathy is the bedrock of emotional connection, and its absence can be a clear sign of emotional detachment. Next, we delved into the avoidance of emotional intimacy. If your partner tends to shy away from deep, meaningful conversations or avoids discussing feelings altogether, it could signify a disconnection. Emotional intimacy is what ties us together, and evasion of it might hint towards an emotional gap. The third sign we discussed was not sharing feelings. Openness is a key element of a healthy relationship. If your partner is reluctant to express their feelings or keeps their emotions bottled up, it's a clear signal they might be emotionally detached. Fourthly, we touched on indifference towards your feelings. If your partner dismisses your emotions or seems unconcerned about your well-being, it's a serious concern. Indifference can be incredibly hurtful and is a stark sign of emotional disconnection. Finally, we talked about prioritizing self over the relationship. A relationship is a partnership, and if your partner consistently puts their needs and wants above the relationship or your needs, it indicates a lack of emotional investment. However, it's crucial to remember that recognizing these signs is just the first step. Communication is key. It's important to have open and honest conversations with your partner about your concerns. If these signs persist despite your efforts, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable tools and strategies to navigate these challenges and work towards a healthier relationship. Remember, these signs alone do not define your relationship, but if they persist, it's important to address them. Tune in next time as we explore more about relationships